Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode. I'm Liam, and today we're diving into something super exciting, English for digital nomads.
Hi guys, I'm Emma. If you're someone who dreams of traveling the world while working remotely, or maybe you're already living that life, you know that mastering English is a must.
Absolutely. English really is the global language for digital nomads. Whether you're booking a co-working space, negotiating with a client, or just making friends in a new country, your English skills can make or break the experience.
And here's the best part. You don't have to stop learning just because you're on the move. Today, we're going to talk about how you can keep improving your English while you explore new places.
Right. Because being a digital nomad means adapting quickly, new cities, new cultures, new environments. And your language skills need to be just as flexible.
Exactly. We'll share tips on how to practice English naturally every day, tools you can use wherever you are, and mindset shifts that help you stay consistent even when your routine changes.
Plus, we'll give you real examples from other digital nomads who mastered English on the road, and how it opened up amazing opportunities for them.
So, if you're ready to learn how to level up your English without slowing down your adventures, let's get into it.
So, let's start with something that's probably on every digital nomad's mind. How do you find time to practice English when you're always on the move?
That's a great question, Liam. One of the best ways to stay consistent is by incorporating English into your daily routine. It doesn't have to be a big time commitment, just small moments here and there. For example, you can listen to English podcasts while you're walking around a new city, or watch YouTube videos during your lunch break.
Exactly. And if you're in a country where English isn't the primary language, you can still practice by speaking to other nomads or even locals who are comfortable with English. I've met so many people around the world who are eager to practice their English with me.
Oh, totally. It's actually one of the best parts of being a digital nomad. You get to learn from different cultures, but you also get to teach English, which is a great way to practice and reinforce what you know.
Definitely. And you can use language apps to keep practicing when you have a free moment. Things like Duolingo or Babbel are perfect for when you're traveling since they're easy to use on the go.
And let's not forget about language exchange apps like HelloTalk or Tandem. These apps let you connect with people from around the world, and you can practice speaking with native speakers. Plus, it's a fun way to make friends from all over the globe.
Exactly, Emma. And one thing that I think is super important for digital nomads is embracing immersion. The more you're surrounded by English, the more natural it becomes. So, even if you're in a place where English isn't the main language, you can still make English a part of your everyday environment.
Right. So for example, you can change your phone or computer settings to English, listen to music in English, or even read English books or blogs related to your field. If you do this consistently, you'll find that your vocabulary expands naturally.
That's such a good point. You don't need to set aside hours every day to improve your English. It's about finding moments throughout your day to practice and creating an environment where English is a constant part of your life.
Yes, and don't forget the power of speaking. Even if you're traveling to places where English isn't widely spoken, try speaking English as much as possible. Start small, like ordering coffee or asking for directions in English.
And over time, you'll feel more confident and natural speaking in English, even if it's not your first language. Speaking with locals, fellow travelers, or co-working buddies will really help improve your fluency.
And it's also important to find a community of like-minded learners, or digital nomads. There are so many online forums and groups where people share language tips, travel experiences, and even practice together. Getting involved in these communities will keep you motivated and inspired to keep learning.
Right. The power of community cannot be underestimated. And let's not forget, learning English is not just about mastering grammar and vocabulary. It's about connecting with people from around the world, sharing your story, and experiencing life in a new way.
Exactly. When you're living the digital nomad lifestyle, learning English is a gateway to even more opportunities, whether it's finding clients, collaborating with people from different countries, or just meeting new friends along the way.
Another great strategy is to set small, achievable goals for your English learning. For example, you could aim to learn 5 new words every day or practice speaking with a local or fellow traveler at least once a week.
Exactly. By breaking it down into small, daily tasks, it won't feel overwhelming. And the best part? You'll see constant progress, which is super motivating, especially when you're in a new place and learning so much already.
Right. And I think it's important to embrace the fact that learning English while traveling means making mistakes, and that's perfectly okay. In fact, mistakes are part of the process and an excellent way to learn.
Oh, 100%. When you're traveling, the last thing you want is to feel nervous about making mistakes. Everyone has been there, whether it's getting a word wrong or mispronouncing something, but it's all part of the journey. The more you practice, the more confident you'll get.
Exactly. And here's something that's really helpful: language immersion doesn't just happen by accident. You've got to be intentional about seeking opportunities to practice. That's why taking the time to engage in conversations, ask questions, and even join language meetups is so valuable.
For sure. I've found that some of the best experiences happen when you just jump in and start talking to people. Plus, it's a great way to learn new phrases and slang you won't find in textbooks.
Right. It's that real-world practice that really sticks. And you'll soon find yourself thinking and speaking in English without even realizing it.
And there's no better feeling than when you're chatting in English and suddenly think, hey, I didn't even have to translate that. It means the language is starting to feel natural, and that's such a rewarding moment.
Totally. And remember, even though you're moving around a lot, learning English while traveling doesn't have to be stressful. In fact, it can be a fun and rewarding part of your journey, one that opens up new opportunities and experiences along the way.
Yes. And no matter where you are in the world, English will always be there to connect you, help you learn, and allow you to explore new possibilities.
Another really helpful tip is to integrate learning into your work. Since most digital nomads are working remotely, there are plenty of opportunities to practice English while you work. For example, if you're writing emails or reports for clients, try to use more complex vocabulary or expressions to expand your range.
Yes. That's a great way to learn in context. If you're chatting with colleagues or clients, don't be afraid to use new words, or ask for clarification if you don't understand something. It's an excellent chance to get feedback and keep learning.
Exactly, and think about video calls. They are a great opportunity to practice speaking in a professional context. Even if you're just doing a check-in with a coworker or client, it's a chance to get comfortable with speaking on the spot.
Absolutely. And when you're talking to clients or co-workers, it's important to practice active listening as well. You're not just speaking English, but you're also learning how to understand different accents, speaking speeds, and expressions used in various professional settings.
That's true, Emma. You'll likely encounter a variety of English speakers, from native speakers to non-native speakers with different accents. The more you expose yourself to these different variations, the more adaptable you become.
Yes, and let's not forget about using technology to your advantage. There are so many apps that help you practice listening and speaking, like Speechling or Elsa Speak, which give you real-time feedback on your pronunciation. It's a great way to keep improving, even when you're on the go.
Exactly. Technology today really makes learning English while traveling easier than ever. And one last thing I want to mention is the importance of setting realistic expectations. As a digital nomad, you might not always have a set routine, and sometimes things don't go as planned.
Yes. It's important to give yourself grace. Some days will be harder than others, but that's part of the journey. As long as you stay consistent, you'll see progress, and that's what matters.
Right, and remember, learning English isn't just about grammar and vocabulary, it's about connecting with the world around you. And as a digital nomad, the more you can connect, the more doors will open to you, whether it's through work, relationships, or new experiences.
Exactly. So, don't stress about perfection. Just keep using English as part of your daily life, and embrace the adventure that comes with learning and growing in this amazing lifestyle.
One last thing I'd love to mention is the importance of having a growth mindset. As digital nomads, we're constantly adapting to new places and situations. That mindset shift is also key to improving your English.
Absolutely. A growth mindset is all about embracing challenges, learning from mistakes, and viewing setbacks as opportunities to improve. So when you're in a new place, maybe feeling unsure about your English, remember, it's just another chance to grow.
And that's the beauty of the digital nomad lifestyle. You're constantly learning, not just in terms of work and English, but in terms of life experiences. Every new city, every new person you meet, is an opportunity to expand your worldview, and that includes your language skills.
Exactly. Whether you're learning from a local, or having a conversation with a fellow traveler, you'll see that English isn't just something to study. It's a tool that allows you to live out the adventure of being a nomad, connecting with the world in a deeper way.
And if you're feeling overwhelmed, remember that progress doesn't have to be rapid to be significant. Learning English while traveling is a marathon, not a sprint. As long as you're taking steps every day, you'll eventually look back and realize how far you've come.
That's such a great point, Liam. Enjoy the process, take it one step at a time, and celebrate the small wins. Those little victories, whether it's having a conversation in English or understanding a new word, are what build your fluency over time.
And speaking of celebrating small wins, let's not forget how important it is to reflect on your progress. As a digital nomad, you might not always realize how much you've learned, especially when you're constantly on the move. But taking a moment to look back, whether it's through journaling, reviewing past conversations, or even just recalling moments when you felt confident using English, can really boost your motivation.
Oh, definitely. I think one of the most rewarding things about learning English while traveling is the chance to see the world with new eyes. English becomes more than just a language, it becomes a key to unlocking new opportunities, whether it's making friends, working with international clients, or even just feeling more comfortable in different environments.
Exactly. When you realize how much more connected you can be by speaking English, it can really drive you to keep improving, no matter how many mistakes you make along the way. It's all part of the adventure, and the more you embrace that journey, the more you'll grow.
Right, and embracing that adventure also means stepping out of your comfort zone. Maybe that means initiating conversations with locals, attending a language exchange event, or speaking English even when you feel like you might mess up. It's in those moments that you'll find your fluency building naturally.
Absolutely. So, whether you're exploring a new city, working remotely from a beach, or just traveling between countries, remember, English is a powerful tool that can help you connect to the world around you. And every step forward, no matter how small, is a step towards greater fluency.
Exactly, Liam. So, keep practicing, keep exploring, and keep embracing the process. You've got this.
And don't forget that exposure is key. The more you surround yourself with English, whether it's through podcasts, watching movies, or even listening to local conversations, the more natural it'll feel. You'll start picking up on nuances and expressions that will make your speech sound more fluent, even if you're not aware of it at first.
Absolutely. There's so much to learn just from immersing yourself in the culture, from how people greet each other, to the slang they use, to even understanding cultural references that are common in English-speaking countries. The real beauty of learning English while traveling is being able to integrate all of that into your conversations.
Right. And it's not just about how you speak or understand English, it's about feeling confident in your ability to adapt and connect. When you feel like you can communicate effectively in a new language, it opens up so many doors, whether that's for your career, relationships, or just enriching your travel experiences.
And the more you embrace these moments, the easier it'll get. Learning English on the move means that you're constantly practicing and improving, even without realizing it. Every new conversation, new city, and new challenge is a lesson in itself.
Exactly, Emma. And even if you're not fluent yet, don't let that discourage you. Keep going, keep speaking, and you'll be amazed at how quickly it all comes together. Your English will improve with each step you take, and soon you'll look back and see how much you've accomplished.
Exactly, it's all about making the most of your experiences while traveling. So, continue embracing the journey and don't rush it. Enjoy each moment and be proud of how far you've come.
Another point I want to add is the value of consistency in your language learning. When you're moving around a lot as a digital nomad, it can be tempting to put English on the back burner for a while. But even dedicating just 15 minutes a day to reading, writing, or practicing speaking can keep your skills sharp and help you stay connected to your language goals.
I completely agree, Liam. Small, consistent efforts add up over time. For instance, you could dedicate a few minutes each day to learning new vocabulary related to what you're experiencing around you. If you're in a cafe, try learning words related to food, drink, and ordering in English. If you're traveling, learn vocabulary related to transportation, directions, and travel phrases.
Great suggestion, Emma. I think contextual learning is key when you're on the go. By tying your learning to your surroundings, you're not only making it easier to remember, but you're also putting it to practical use right away.
Exactly, and it keeps things interesting too. You're not just learning out of a textbook, you're making it personal and relevant to your life at that moment. Plus, the more real-life situations you practice in, the more comfortable you'll feel navigating them in English.
That's right. It's also worth mentioning that, as a digital nomad, you're likely to encounter a wide range of people with different levels of English proficiency. Some conversations might challenge you a bit more, and others may be more relaxed. But don't worry, every conversation helps you improve.
Exactly. And speaking of challenges, let's not forget about embracing the uncertainty that comes with learning a new language. It's normal to not have all the answers, or to feel unsure at times. The key is to keep pushing forward, even when things feel tough. The more you step outside your comfort zone, the stronger your language skills will become.
Absolutely. As we've mentioned, English isn't just about perfection. It's about progress. And the progress you make as a digital nomad will often surprise you, especially when you see how much more confident you are speaking English in different parts of the world.
Right, and keep in mind that every moment is an opportunity to learn, whether you're asking for directions, ordering food, or meeting new people. So keep that enthusiasm alive, and remember that each experience is a stepping stone on your way to fluency.
I also want to highlight the importance of adapting to different learning styles. As a digital nomad, you might not always have a set routine or study environment. But this can actually be an advantage. You can experiment with different approaches to learning, like listening to podcasts while on a walk, using flashcards when you have a few free minutes, or practicing your writing in a local cafe.
That's a great point, Liam. And it's important to remember that being flexible is key. When you're in different countries, you may have different resources available to you, or you might find that certain activities help you learn better. For example, if you're in a country where English isn't the primary language, maybe you can practice through conversations with other nomads, or use apps and online platforms to enhance your learning.
Exactly, Emma. Flexibility in learning is really important, especially when traveling. For some people, interactive learning works best. For others, more structured methods may be their preference. The key is to experiment with both and figure out what helps you retain and practice English most effectively.
Right. And when you find the right combination, it makes a big difference. Like, if you love watching TV shows or movies in English, that can be an amazing way to improve your listening skills, vocabulary, and even your understanding of different accents or slangs. It's all about making learning fun and aligned with your lifestyle.
And don't forget about the power of language immersion. When you're in an English-speaking country, try to immerse yourself in the culture as much as possible. But even when you're not, there are still ways to immerse yourself in the language digitally, by reading blogs, joining online forums, or engaging in virtual meetups with other learners.
Yes. Even being surrounded by people from different parts of the world who speak English can help you develop your skills. And if you're traveling, you'll be amazed at how much you pick up just from hearing English used in everyday life.
That's exactly it. Being immersed in English, even in small doses, makes it a natural part of your life. It's no longer just a language you study, it's part of your environment, and that's when the real progress happens.
And let's not forget about staying motivated. As digital nomads, we face different challenges every day, different time zones, new cultures, work-life balance. But staying motivated to learn English through these challenges can open up doors to deeper connections with people and new opportunities that may not have been possible without it.
One thing that can really help you stay motivated is setting micro goals for yourself. For example, instead of saying, "I want to be fluent in English," break it down into smaller, more manageable targets, like learning 10 new words each week or having a 5-minute conversation in English every day. These smaller goals keep you focused and give you a sense of achievement along the way.
That's such a great tip, Liam. And tracking your progress is another way to maintain motivation. It could be something simple, like keeping a journal where you write down new words, phrases, or sentences you've learned each day. You'll be surprised at how much you've absorbed when you look back on your entries.
Exactly, Emma. And sometimes, the biggest boost to your confidence comes when you realize how far you've come, not just in terms of language skills, but also in the way you view learning. As digital nomads, we're constantly evolving, and this mindset of continuous learning can help us grow not just in English, but in every area of life.
Absolutely. And that growth mindset, always being open to learning and improving, is so powerful. When you embrace that, every day becomes an opportunity to learn something new, whether it's a new English phrase or a new lesson from your travels.
I couldn't agree more, Emma. It's all about embracing the journey. Learning English as a digital nomad isn't a destination, it's a continuous process. Every conversation you have, every new experience you encounter, brings you closer to fluency.
Exactly. And the great thing about being a digital nomad is that the world is your classroom. You're constantly exposed to new ways of using the language, and that keeps it fresh and exciting.
So true. As long as you keep showing up, making those small efforts, and embracing the learning process, you'll find that English becomes more natural over time. It won't feel like a chore anymore, it'll feel like a tool that helps you navigate and connect with the world around you.
And just remember, every step forward counts. Even when it feels like progress is slow, trust that it's all adding up. With each new experience and every challenge you face, you're building your fluency and strengthening your connection to the world.
And here's something else I want to highlight: don't be afraid to make mistakes. As digital nomads, we're always meeting new people from all over the world, and sometimes we might get nervous or worried about speaking incorrectly. But making mistakes is an essential part of learning. It's how we refine our skills and become more confident in using the language.
Absolutely. In fact, mistakes are a sign of progress. They mean you're trying, you're learning, and you're stepping out of your comfort zone. I think that's something digital nomads can really embrace, the idea that mistakes aren't failures, but opportunities to grow and improve.
Exactly. And the more we accept that making mistakes is part of the process, the more we give ourselves the freedom to try new things. So if you mess up a word, or forget a phrase, just keep going. The next time, you'll remember it, or you'll have learned a better way to express yourself.
Yes. And remember, every time you take that risk and speak, you're reinforcing your learning. It's like building a muscle. The more you practice, the stronger your skills get, and the more natural the language becomes.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. As a digital nomad, you're constantly interacting with people from different backgrounds, and many of them are more than willing to help you practice. If you don't understand something, or if you're unsure about a word or phrase, ask. People love helping out, and you'll learn so much in the process.
Definitely. And something I've noticed is that when you're traveling, you get so many opportunities to practice in real-life situations. It's one thing to study English from a book or app, but it's another to be able to practice it in cafes, markets, or while navigating a new city. It's this kind of immersion that really makes the learning stick.
That's so true, Emma. Immersing yourself in everyday situations where you have to use English really accelerates the learning process. You might not realize it at first, but it's happening all around you. Every conversation, every interaction is adding a new layer to your fluency.
And the beauty is that learning English as a digital nomad gives you this amazing opportunity to connect with people from all over the world. Through your language skills, you're not just learning about English, you're learning about different cultures, perspectives, and ways of life. And that's something you'll carry with you no matter where you go.
Well, Emma, I think we've covered some really great points today for digital nomads looking to learn English on the move. From setting small goals to embracing mistakes and immersing yourself in real-life situations, there's no one-size-fits-all approach. The key is consistency, flexibility, and most importantly, staying motivated.
Exactly, Liam. And don't forget, as you continue your journey, remember that learning a language is not a race. It's about enjoying the process, embracing the challenges, and celebrating those small victories along the way. Every conversation, every new word learned, brings you closer to fluency.
Absolutely. So, whether you're in a bustling city or a quiet village, remember that learning English is part of the adventure. Take it one step at a time, keep your mindset positive, and enjoy the ride.
We hope you found this episode helpful, and we're cheering you on as you continue your language learning journey. Don't forget to subscribe, and join us next time for more tips on mastering English while you explore the world.
Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, keep learning and keep exploring.